Hello, hello. I hope I'm on. I don't know if I'm on or not. I heard a little button. Anyway, this is Sir David the Bard. I haven't done a video in a long time. Kind of be on a little bit of a hiatus. Anyway, I've been born again. No, not religiously, not physically. We can all see that now, can't we? Anyway, I have a new website and a new YouTube. I have now a business that I own. It's called Cockroach Disability Law Center, and I'm located in Bountiful, Utah, and you can send all your death threats and your hitmen to that address. It's licensed as a business, registered in the state of Utah, and I want to connect my Sir David the Bard viewers, subscribers, people. If you want to continue to hear from me, see what I'm doing. If you don't, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not making any money as usual. Sir David the Bard, I worked on for 10 years. Concerning the LDS Church and the shenanigans, and the LDS Church has now published 13 essays saying the Bard was right. The Bard was right. Sometimes you have to hang in there. Even big organizations sometimes will come to their senses, especially if you take them to their knees. Anyway, go over on YouTube and hit Cockroach Disability. Just 2 words. I'll come right up. And I'll fall right down, probably getting to my camera. So, I'm putting this video up on Sir David the Bard, so any of you that are old subscribers or whatever and go, well, he must have died. God, I wished. But no, I wake up every damn morning and go, God, it's another damn day. Anyway, if you want to keep up, if you want to know a little bit about disability and a little bit about being your own attorney, and I'm teaching on that website and YouTube how to act what's called pro se, which means you're your own attorney. You don't need an attorney, you don't need law people, law firms representing you. I show you basically how you can go into state court and federal court and be your own attorney and have access, not have to pay all that money and listen to all the silliness that many of the attorneys are going to tell you. We don't know what we're doing, but we know how to bill you, and we call it a practice, a law practice, because there's nothing sure here. We're just practicing law, but you're going to pay. It's a science when it comes to billing you, but it's an art when we're doing it. Anyway, no more sidelines. If you're interested, please go over and see Cockroach Disability, and you can follow me there. And again, I have to tell you the truth, which I have a hell of a habit doing, and it bites me on the butt many times, but I don't look at my comments. Now, I'll look at a little bit at the very beginning because I want to make sure my equipment is working, my microphones are working, that people are going to say, you know, oh, you're wonderful, God, you're from heaven yourself, or you're a real asshole, I don't want to be around you, and that's fine too. Everyone has their right to evaluate. Being bipolar, I take all my ego from the inside. Nothing from the outside. I don't care what my wife says, what my kids say, what the law says, other than obeying the law. That's very number one in my life, that I want to make sure that I know what the laws are and I obey them. I want to be a productive member of society, and I want to help. I think that my Sir David the Bard video program did a lot of good. There were a lot of changes in the Mormon Church in the last 10 years. Did I cause all those? No, not in a million billion years. There were a lot of little things, little people like me that were just chomping at the little bit. Did I have some influence? I'm positive I did have some influence, but I certainly don't want to take credit for exposing the Mormon Church. They really got kind of caught with their panties down around their ankles on their own. And yes, that may have been Helen Mark Kimball's panties with Joseph. I don't know. They say no. The most of us think, yeah, she probably had her panties down around her ankles. Anyway, if you want to follow me, follow me. If you don't, how does that hurt me? I don't make any money. I don't even care. If you want to make comments, great. If you want to fight with each other, great. Make comments back and forth. I'll look at the comments at the very beginning, probably here in the next 30 days or so. People will, tweak me and what I'm saying, what I'm doing, equipment and lighting and all the kinds of things. And they'll say again, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm diabetic, I'm bipolar, my nose may be too big, I'm bald, I don't shave, I disrespect the public because I won't put on a clean shirt, I haven't had a bath for 9 months. Anyway, I'm used to all of those comments. And I'm also used to the hitmen, the people who followed me around when I was doing Sir David the Bard in the Costco Home Depot parking lot. They were trying to intimidate me and chase me. I've had some death threats. And anyway, that's just occupational hazard. And I told people the other day, and I'll tell you, my old subscribers, that when I was young, I used to say to people, I knew I was a threat sometimes to some people. I don't threaten anybody. It's just the things I say hurt other people who are liars, cheaters, scammers. And basically, I just said, I used to say, if you shoot me when I was younger, don't shoot me in the, I have to be careful these days, it's a little more, in the genitals. Whatever you do, shoot me in the head so I'll be dead. Don't shoot me in the genitals. That would hurt me and I would suffer. In the head, I wouldn't suffer. Now, these days, I've changed. I'm 75 years old these days, and it's okay now if you send a hitman, the Danites, your father-in-law, the brother that just got out of prison, whoever you send, to shoot me, it's okay now to shoot me in the genitals. It's not going to change my life at all. It's not going to hurt me or make me any different being shot in the head or shot in the genitals. So, please, I have fun doing this. Please, be good to each other. Please, be a decent human being. Again, I never made a penny doing Sir David the Bard. I refuse to do any money for Sir David the Bard. I never made 1 penny for 10 years and almost 4 million hits. Not quite, but going on 4 million hits. I believed, and I still do, truth is free. You shouldn't have to pay for truth. Facts and truth, they're two different things, should be free. Yeah, on Cockroach Disability, I'm charging for a couple of reasons. One is I want to be able to help people. And 2, these cameras and all these iPhones and all of the AI systems that I've had to develop and pay for, and phone lines and crap, I just want to cover those costs. I have enough money to live on. I don't need money. And I could care less. It's not, and never has been, a motivation for me. I do think, because I went to college, I spent all that tuition money, and I sacrificed that my education, my degrees, I should be able to recover. I guess I could make some money off of them, but at least I should be able to recover my money. Now, when I talk to BYU, they've sent me many emails, many phone calls, and they've served me at the door hundreds or maybe thousands of times asking for my degree to give it back to BYU. I have a degree from BYU in social work from 1972. Now, if I give that degree back, which I'm willing to do, I face it towards the inside of the wall. I won't show it to the outside because I'm a little embarrassed. But if they're willing to take that degree back and give me my tuition money back, we got a deal. We got a deal. So BYU, I'll do a video on BYU here in the next month or two. I tried to apply for their PhD program at BYU, and guess what? There is only one person, one category of person that cannot ever attend BYU. No, it's not a Jew, it's not a Muslim, it's not an astronaut, it's not the Roswell guy that came out of the spaceship. It's a resigned member. I'm a resigned member of the Mormon Church. And when I called the dean of psychology, and I talked to a couple of professors interested in pursuing maybe a PhD in clinical psychology or experimental psychology, they were, very friendly and very upfront. The dean, the dean of the psychology department said, no, we don't want you here. You're never going to be here again. And I said, well, gee, is there an appeal? Yeah, appeal to Helen Mark Kimball, Joseph Smith's 14-year-old wife. If you can get her autopsied out of the grave, appeal to her. So that appeal didn't sound like it was going to go anywhere. So I said, well, is there a process to appeal that? He says, oh, yeah. We want to be fair here. I said, okay, you must have changed and turned over a new leaf. You want to be fair. Okay, what's the process? And he said, well, you have an extra form that you have to fill out to be admitted. I said, okay, that sounds fair. I said, what's on the form? He said, oh, basically just one question. God, that's easy. I'm going to get in. I have a 3.9 on my master's degree. I've got a good grade point average, and I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't screw anybody anymore. Never did, except my wife's. Anyway, that's not totally true. The bar always has to be true. 2 that were not my wife's. This is true. Anyway, I said, well, what's on the form? He said, well, you just have to answer the question why we should admit you again when you resign from the church. I said, oh, okay, that seems reasonable. And I send that to you? He said, yes. Okay. And then if you don't accept that application, addendum to my admission form, can I appeal it? Yes. We want to be fair. Great. The Mormon Church is going to be fair. Goes to the president of the university. Well, Dallin Oaks was the president of the university when I was there. Wilkinson, Ernest Wilkinson was the president too. So anyway, okay, if it goes to the president of the university, what can he do? He said, well, he can say no. I said, oh, okay, but at least it's a grievance and it's an appeal. Sounds fair to me. Can I appeal from him? Yes, we want to be fair. Oh God, this is a wonderful revelation from Jesus himself to the prophets of the Mormon Church. They finally want to be fair. Okay, you can put it to the first presidency. I said to him, I'd like to put it to the first presidency, but anyway, we're talking about the application. So I said, all right, I can have a final appeal to the first presidency of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to apply for my doctorate admission in psychology, which I'm totally qualified for, and they have the final say. Yes. And I said, well, that seems fair. Sounds like you guys are, you know, maybe turning over a new leaf, trying to be fair to people. Then I said, well, just out of curiosity, how many of these do you get? People who have resigned and want to be readmitted. Do they have to join the Mormon Church again? Yes. I go, well, your rules say for admission that I have to have a ecclesiastical endorsement. If I'm a Catholic, that's a priest. If I'm a Jew, that could be a rabbi. If I'm Muslim, that could be from the Muslim religion. I don't know what the right term would be. Yes. I said, okay, well, if I joined the Catholic Church, could I get my priest then to give me an ecclesiastical endorsement that I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't screw outside of marriage, and that I'm a good person? No. I said, well, in my mind, I said, I think they want to be fair, but I don't think this sounds fair. So I said to the dean, how many of these applications do you get? You have to rejoin the Mormon Church. I said, well, I don't want to do that. Well, we're not going to take you. Well, that doesn't seem fair. Could I be a Catholic or a Jew now and get in? No. No. So, it's kind of like the Eagles and the Hotel California. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. There's where I am. You can never leave. So I gave him the final summary. I said, well, how many of these applications do you get? Well, I've been here 10 years. I said, good. I'm glad the tithing of the Mormon Church people is paying your car payment, and you get free tuition for your children, but the other poor Mormons have to pay whatever it is now, 8, 10, 15, I don't know, $1 million a year for tuition. I said, well, in 10 years that I've been here, we've had about 9. Okay, well, that's 1 a year. Do you mind if I just ask you, have any of those ever been approved? No. I said, 0? Yes. I said, well then, you're not really recommending that I should go through all the expense and all of the paperwork for application to be admitted to the PhD program as a resigned member of the Mormon Church. My chances are a snowball's chance in hell. And he says, they're not even that good. I'm making that part up. He said, you're right. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and tie this video up. Just another sideline on the LDS Church. Anyway, read the 13 essays. They say all through the essays, the Bard was right. The Bard was not lying. The Bard was telling the truth. We did screw over the world. We've lied, we cheated, we stole. And Brigham Young was a racist. He didn't tell the blacks, screw you, because God told him. He said that because of him. And Joseph Smith did look in a hat, like I told you, on Sir David the Bard, and had a rock, a magic rock. And yes, Joseph Smith had been arrested a couple of times for peep stoning and magic charges, and he was given, late bail to get out of New York. Many of the details that I put on Sir David the Bard are true. And the Mormon Church, in fact, all of them I put on there are true. And the Mormon Church, in its 13 essays now, are saying, yeah, the Bard was right. Now, let me give you a little side note. I think the 13 essays came out. I'm not in touch anymore with Recovery from Mormonism and Steve Benson. I've been, out of touch for years and years. So, I could be talking up my ass on this shit. I don't know. Anyway, I've heard, and again, this is just a rumor. You know me, I'm not going to tell you something that I don't know, and that I'm stating it to you as a fact, when indeed it may not be a fact, and I could be wrong. I never am, but I could be. That's a possibility. I think that there is, in the process, a class action suit against the Mormon Church. People wanting their money back because the church lied to them about Joseph Smith, how he translated, and the first vision. I think there were 3 to 5 different first visions, and the church just picked out one. And now they've admitted there were many, and sometimes God was there, sometimes the Mormon Tabernacle Choir was there, and sometimes only Jesus, and it's a train wreck. So the class action suit, I think anytime that you say to a Mormon authority, we're going to take your money, they get new revelations. Jesus just drops out of the sky and goes, I've got a new idea for you. Let the blacks have the priesthood. That's discrimination. And they go, oh, revelation. Anyway, the rumored class action suit, I think the church is worried that they're going to probably end up losing that suit. And the old members, like me, 75 years old now, I was lied to, cheated, and they stole my money. I should be in that class action suit, that all the money I paid for fast offerings, it didn't go for fast offerings, it went for the 6-figure incomes of the general authorities. I have a right in a class action suit to claim fraud, that they were fraudulent and they took my money. So the church now is afraid of that class action suit, if it's true. Jesus came down to the prophets again of the Mormon Church and said, holy shit. See, Jesus can say that, holy shit. He can speak holy shit words. Anyway, Jesus said to the authorities of the Mormon Church, and sometimes Jesus used to work construction like I was. He was a carpenter, I was a glazer, and he has some construction language now and then. And he said to the Mormon Church, we're fucked. We're fucked. We lied, we cheated, and we stole from the older generation. What we need to do now is protect our ass. I'm going to add this to the Sermon on the Mount. Protect your ass. Now, let's put out 13 essays that we tell the truth. That this younger generation, we can say, we've always told the truth. There it is. It's in 13 essays, and it's on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I think it's .org, their official website. There is the truth. Now, my sweet wife, Mercy, she was sitting here the other night, and I said, "Hon, would you like to see what the Mormon Church now says about polygamy, Joseph Smith, the first video? Do you want to hear or see any of that?" She said, "Well," and she's a returned missionary. "Maybe." I said, "Okay. Go on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints website and look up the 13 essays." Now, I have to say this. I am so upset. That's a piece of what I'm saying. I am so frustrated. That's a piece of what I'm saying. And I'm so angry that the Mormon Church is continuing to fuck people. Yes, you can go to their website and the truth is on the website. You can't hardly find it. They have made it so complex, so difficult to go from page to page to page, a summary of the essays, a summary of that, go here, go there. And she was working, poor girl, for 45 minutes and never even got to word for word the 13 essays. I can get those on my AI right now. I can just ask AI, read the 13 essays of the Mormon Church. She'll read it to me word for word. But if you're a Mormon You're not going to believe. You're not going to believe AI. It's wickedness. It's the internet. It's the apostates. Well, she couldn't find it. I know it's there, but a returned missionary with a pretty good little education, and she's not a child anymore, she couldn't find it. I couldn't find it on the web. Do you think an ordinary Mormon with no education and or is entrenched in the Mormon church, number one, are they going to look that up? Number two, the church has made it very, very inconvenient to find it. But Jesus told the Mormon church, cover your ass. This younger generation that is paying money, they could sue us also for fraud because we never told the truth. But now we can go to court and say, look, it's right here in the website. The truth is right there. These people gave us money and we told the truth. What a fucked up system. What a cult. What an evil. What a deceptive. What a sad commentary on religion and the principles of Christ. This is nowhere near what Christ taught. Nowhere near the principles of the Sermon on the Mount. No transparency, lying, cheating, stealing, paying themselves, buying cattle ranches, buying land, having, can't even think of the damn number. What was it, $143 billion that they had saved up for a rainy day, and they said was for the millennium. When Jesus comes, he's going to need that money, right? What about the SEC finding that the Ensign investment portion, I think it was of Bonneville, the church's financial arm, cheated, lied, stole. The church, Mormon church, received, I think it was, again, don't quote me because I'm kind of out of the Mormon business. I've said enough about the Mormons. You know, they dig their own graves this day. But I think it was like $23 million fine from the Federal Trade Commission that they fraudulently were investing the poor people peasant money. So, that's kind of where I'm at. If you want to follow me on Cockroach Disability, please do. If you don't, I don't care. And if you want to subscribe to Cockroach, that's okay too. I didn't know I could make money. Well, I did. I knew I could make money. But with the Mormon church, I never wanted anyone to ever say, see, he did that for money. Money is the root of all evil. No, that's not the right quote. It says, love of money is the root of all evil. That being moot. Cockroach Disability, I have on there the ability to make money, and YouTube said, well, if you get a whole bunch of subscribers, we'll pay you money. And I, well, it'll pay for the camera and the iPhones, and it'll pay for the lighting, and maybe, you know, I might even donate some of the money to handicapped people or whatever. So anyway, if you want to follow me, look up Cockroach Disability on YouTube, and I'm going to put this video on Sir David the Bard so that you can find me. And again, please, if you want to make comments the first month or so on my new YouTube, Cockroach, do. I'll read them. After that, I don't give a shit what you say or what you think. I'm bipolar. I'm just going to say what the truth is. I'm going to do what's right. Let the consequence follow. Do what is right. Let the consequence... I'll never make it singing. I'll keep my old day job, which I don't have. I'm on Social Security. I don't even have a day job. Anyway, this should be against the law. I'm having way too much fun. At my age, you shouldn't have this much fun, and want to get up in the morning and tell the people the truth and help people. Please, be kind. Please, take a look at the Sermon on the Mount. Please, clear your mind and look what Christ has taught us how to live. And then evaluate and judge everything with those principles in mind. I can't tell you how many times in 50 years I was active, went to church every Sunday in the Mormon Church. How many times did I hear anything about Jesus Christ? 95% of what I heard in my classes, in priesthood meeting, and in young men's, and in sacrament meeting, and in Sunday school, and scouts, I don't care what meeting it was, in the Mormon Church, it was about Brigham Young, it was about Joseph Smith, the Doctrine and Covenants, the Pearl of Great Price, and I'm sure you've seen now the Rosetta Stone has revealed there's no such thing as Reformed Egyptian. Joseph Smith was a liar. It also, the Mormon Church in the 13 essays admitted that the Book of Abraham in the Mormon Church was a scam and a farce. It wasn't the Book of Abraham. Joseph Smith made that shit up. They've taken that basically out of their scriptures. They're telling part of the truth now. Not all the truth, but enough to stay out of a class action lawsuit, stealing people's money fraudulently, spending it recklessly. And take a look at Hoffman, look at Hinckley, the Hinkster, spending millions of dollars of your tithing money to Hoffman and his documents that were forged and fake. And Jesus never came down and said to Hinckley, hey, don't spend my people's money for fake documents. But Hinckley, who never had a job in his life, he worked once for the railroad for a few months or maybe a year. Hinckley spent the church's tithing money to buy those fraudulent documents. And of course, Hoffman blew himself up. He's still in prison in Utah. So anyway, it's a mess. It's more than a train wreck. Please, if you're interested, follow me on the Cockroach Disability channel. If you're not, I've done the best I could. I said everything I needed to say about the Mormon Church. They are now speaking for themselves. They're hiding, they're revealing that they're liars, cheaters, and scammers, and it truly is a cult. Just like I said 11 years ago. Anyway, I'm fat, I'm going to get out of my chair. I'm going to end this video and go over to Cockroach Disability. Thank you.